Hello and welcome to Brodual. This time we're back with our top mods of 2015. The last year of Skyrim modding has been interesting to say the least. It was the year Bethesda and Valve tried to offer a paid modding scheme, which after a huge outcry was cancelled less than a week later. It was also the year of Tamriel Online and increased efforts to create a functional multiplayer experience in Skyrim. And of course it was also a strong year for mods in general, with around 10,000 mods being released, spread across all categories. In this video we'll be rounding up the year with our favourite mods from each category, all the way from animation and ending up at weapon mods. As always, these are our favourites from the past year, so they're not necessarily the most popular or most downloaded. If you think any other mods are also worth sharing, then be sure to leave a comment down below. Starting us off at animations, we have player exclusive animations too. This is usually one of the more scarce categories, but we saw quite a few animation mods in 2015. PEA2 is a mod that lets you create your very own animation packages that are exclusive to your character, and then dynamically switch between them as you play. Installing and switching between animation mods is usually a pain, but with this it's simple and very easy to set up. And what's great is that the mod comes with 8 animation packages pre-installed. For an actual animation replacer, be sure to check out Wield Improved. It offers a more streamlined dual wielding set of animations that we found to be more smooth than what's offered in vanilla. If you hate the bobbing that occurs when you turn with your weapons drawn, then this is the mod for you. For armour mods in 2015, we saw less armour packages and more individual armour sets. The release of The Witcher 3 meant that several sets were exported into Skyrim, but for original armours we have a couple from the last year that we liked. The first is the Dragon Carved Armour set. This is a heavy set for both males and females and can be crafted at any forge. It's designed for the late game and even comes with a matching sword and shield to complete the entire package. Put simply, we really just like how the set looks. It's clean, sharp and fits in very well. Our second is the Dragonbone Barbarian set. This is a modular armour where you can mix and match between a wider set of pieces. For the male variant you can choose between different shoulders and boots, but for the female you can choose from a huge collection of both heavy and light armour pieces. We're sort of cheating here because only the male variant was released in 2015, but we thought we'd share both genders. We didn't try too many armour mods in 2015, so if we missed some then let us know down below. Our audio mod absolutely has to be immersive music. We didn't get too many audio mods this year, with only around 100 being released. However, immersive music offered more than enough to make up for it. Coming with over 18 hours of new background music for you to enjoy, it covers all areas of the game, from calm exploration to the intense heat of battle. Again, The Witcher 3 plays a role here too, with an optional add-on that adds some of the more fitting Witcher 3 music to Skyrim. Here's just a very small taste of what you can expect. Moving on to character mods, we have Disparity. This is a mod that reintroduces character classes to Skyrim. It does this through a mod menu that lets you select a class and then several other options, including specializations, attributes and your starting spells and skills. Getting into the nitty gritty of it all, and it's actually quite complex, but all you need to know is that the mod gives you more control over how you start your character, and how your character grows. On top of that, your character will be more unique than ever, thanks to further diversity between races, genders and even your character's body weight. Most of these changes are completely optional, but the mod will change things like your character height and skills based on your race and gender. Further diversity can be controlled entirely by the player in the mod menu. We did a 7-minute spotlight on this when it was first released, so if you want to see more then be sure to check that out. Our favourite city mod is probably more of a quest mod, but it's the Forgotten City. This is a mod that adds a new questline and city to the game that revolves around time travel. The basic idea is that you get sent on a mission to rescue a man who went missing, and then on your journey you discover the Forgotten City. It then becomes your job to travel back in time before the city was destroyed, and then work out who destroyed it. The best thing about the mod is that it sort of plays out like a murder mystery, where 20 or so fully voiced NPCs in the city are all suspects. So you have to speak to them and work out if, how and why they destroyed the city so you can stop it and save the day. It gets even more complicated with time loops and ever expanding dialogue options, but once you're in game and playing it's actually really easy to understand. So for more, check out our longest spotlight or just jump straight into it and try for yourselves. True Storms is our favourite environment mod of last year. This fixes the vanilla thunder loop issue where the same 3 to 4 thunder sounds will play during a storm. To fix it, the mod adds 20 new thunderstorm sounds and uses a new method for random and unpredictable playback. On top of that, the mod adds new sound effects for rain of different intensities, so when combined with the new thunder sounds, rain and storms will never sound the same again. And with the new rain and snow particle effect textures, they never look the same too. The mod is highly compatible alongside all other weather mods, so it's a must have for us. Our favourite combat mod has to be the Archery gameplay overhaul. We can't sing high enough praise for this mod, with it coming second in our top 10 combat mods. If you still haven't heard of it, the mod adds new animations for archery and basically opens up third-person archery in Skyrim. It also comes with a bunch of smaller changes and features to complete the entire package, including arm fatigue, unlimited arrows, bleed damage, and even enchanted magical arrows. As a big fan of archery characters, this is definitely on the list for my next playthrough. Our creature mod for this year is Useful Dogs. This basically transforms your pet companion into a dog meat style of follower from Fallout. You can have him search for about a dozen different items, from weapons to potions or just for something to eat, which could work pretty well alongside a realistic needs mod. What's great is that when he finds something he actually drops it at your feet, which is better than just magically appearing in your inventory. If you're coming back to Skyrim from Fallout 4 and miss dog meat, then this is definitely the mod for you. Our favourite follower mod this year isn't a follower at all. Followers as companions is a happy little mod that makes it so your followers will stay close and walk alongside you instead of trailing behind. The mod is pretty smart and it knows when your follower is getting in your way and then tries to avoid it. From our testing it worked pretty well, although it certainly has its quirks. We haven't tried out any actual followers this year, and we mostly still rely on Inigo and a few others, so if you discovered one then be sure to let us know. For horse or mount mods we have Immersive Horses. This is a mod that adds a selection of new horse breeds to Skyrim, each coming with their own strengths and weaknesses. So where some are better in combat, others might be better at sprinting long distances. They can now also move at varying speeds, with the introduction of a trot and canter. On top of that, there's also a wider variety of horse dialogue options, and it introduces new features such as a horse inventory and management system. You can have your horse follow you or talk to NPCs while mounted. You can also manage your horses and bring them into a herd, which is great for bringing horses for your followers to ride. All in all, a well thought out and well executed horse overhaul. Immersion mods this year were stronger than ever, and we're not just talking about mods with immersive in their title. Our favourite and the second most popular mod from last year is Immersive Citizens, the AI Overhaul. To fully understand this mod we highly recommend our longer spotlights, but put simply, the mod adds incredible amounts of depth to NPCs and the lives they live. From the small social interactions between family members to the fully fleshed out jobs where hunters actually go out and hunt, and farmers not only tend the fields but also milk the cows and feed the chickens. NPCs are also much smarter in combat and will only involve themselves if they actually train to do so. Civilians will flee and take shelter, mages will only ever attack from afar, and the heavily armoured soldiers will jump right in. There's much more to it and it's definitely worth checking out. Another mod from the last year that we liked is Immersive Speechcraft. This is a mod that cleverly uses generic voices to open up more dialogue options with NPCs, giving you many new ways to interact with them. These include very useful options like having them follow you or initiating trade with almost any NPC. Then there's the more fun ones where you can insult them to start a fight or beg them for some gold. On the other side of the mod you can now mug NPCs by being as threatening as possible, or if they're an ally you can request their help in combat. All of these options have a success rate that depends on your speechcraft skill, your relationship with the NPC, and a few other factors for further increased immersion. So all in all, a mod that's immersive, useful and fun. For magic mods we also have two. The Lost Grimoire of Skyrim is a fantastic example of a well put together spell package. There's over 120 new spells in total, coming with custom visuals and spread fairly evenly across the magical schools. The mod integrates the spells seamlessly into Skyrim and they can be found right alongside the vanilla ones. The thing that we like the most is that the spells offer new ways to play, whether it's the new stealth oriented destruction spells or the new touch magic that offers a melee magical playstyle. For more examples, check out our full spotlight. The second magical mod is Elemental Destruction Magic. Maybe it's just the idea of playing as the avatar, or because they fit in so well alongside the vanilla destruction spells. Whatever it is, we really like this mod. It adds wind, water and earth magic variants of the fire and ice destruction spells in vanilla. So where you'd send out a fire blast, you'll now send out a tornado or a huge boulder. And where you'd create a blizzard, you can now make an earthquake or tidal wave. It's another fun mod that fits in really well. Our favourite mod that doesn't really fit into a category is Swift, also known as Skyrim Wayshrines. This has a network of Wayshrines all across the world of Skyrim, including areas added by all DLCs. They allow the player to instantly travel from one Wayshrine to the other in a more lore-friendly way. Their locations are evenly spread out and they've also been placed so they're close to cities, but they're not right outside them. The Wayshrines start in a dormant state and you'll have to activate them to add them to the network, so the mod also doubles as a sort of collectibles or mini-quest too. The mod also comes with a more complicated and optional quest that delves further into the ancient technology, and to wrap it all up the mod is fully customizable in the mod menu too. Another miscellaneous and absolute must-have mod is the unofficial Skyrim Legendary Edition patch or USLEEP. It goes without saying that this is probably the first mod you'll want to install after you download Skyrim. It includes an uncountable amount of bug fixes and is compatible alongside every other mod worth installing. For our overhaul category it has to be Ordinator. We had a tough time covering this as there's just so much to it. Ordinator is a perk overhaul for Skyrim, coming with over 400 new perks. The main aim of it is to offer a wider spectrum of character builds for you to try out. The way it does this is through directly adding new features and mechanics not seen in vanilla. Whether it's the illusion mage that masters dream magic allowing you to manipulate sleeping targets, or the smith that crafts a mechanical arsenal of sentries. That's just 2 examples of probably over 100 new types of abilities. Ordinator could probably withstand over a dozen playthroughs before you've seen all it has to offer, so if you're interested then be sure to check out our mini-series on it. For player homes, we probably have one of the most creative, unusual and fun house mods for Skyrim so far. Pirates of Skyrim isn't just your simple player home, it gives you the opportunity to build up and captain your very own pirate ship. This means recruiting your own shipmates from your followers and setting sail on the high seas. During your adventures, you'll get to take part in naval battles between several different groups, whether it's the Imperials, the Stormcloaks or just other pirates. Whoever they are, they'll almost definitely have some treasure for you to plunder. So whether you're out on an adventure or just at one of the docks around Skyrim, the ship makes for a fantastic player home mod. Quest mods stayed very strong in 2015 and we have 2 completely different quest mods for you. The notice board takes inspiration from The Witcher and adds new message boards around Skyrim's towns and cities. At any time during your playthrough you can check the board for any quests, which can range from simple tasks like gathering ingredients to more complicated ones like rescuing a kidnapped citizen. There's over a dozen different quest types, so you'll always have plenty to do. Some of the notes are more casual, and expand on or poke fun at minor storylines or relationships in certain cities. So overall, yet another inventive way to keep you busy in the world of Skyrim. The next mod we have is the Grey Cowl of Nocturnal. This is a quest and story mod that sends you on an adventure to recover the Grey Cowl that was lost after the Oblivion Crisis. It comes with everything you'd want in a full-scale quest mod, fully voiced NPCs, a new world to explore, and plenty of puzzles and enemies to fight through. The mod definitely has a strong thief and stealth theme throughout, and the cities you explore are certainly unique, with an Arabian theme and desert through the core of it. Coincidentally, it comes from the same author as the notice board mod, but the similarities end there. Last year we couldn't include a race mod as they were just too scarce, but this time around we have the fantastic Imperious race Overhaul. The aim of the mod is to make each race more unique and diverse by giving them 3 new racial abilities and a new quest to unlock their racial power. It's essentially a complete overhaul of the race stats, abilities and skills, and with it you'll definitely notice a big difference between the races. Whether it's the Spitting Argonian, the Red Guard slowing down time, or the Shockwave power of an Orc. Again, this is another mod that opens up many new potential playstyles and builds for you to try out. If you've never really seen the incentive of picking a different race past their appearance in vanilla, then Imperious is the mod for you. And finally we come to weapons. If you're looking for some great bows, then you can't do much better than the Real Bows mod. The mod comes from an actual craftsman that found the vanilla bows to be too unrealistic or inspired by Hollywood. So he decided to replace their models with one based on real life bows but with interesting spins to keep them unique and fitting to the world of Skyrim. They now all come with a wooden frame and the material type is then used to enhance it in some way, whether it's to make it stronger or to utilise their magical properties, like the ebony bow that's solidified with Daedra blood. Even if you ignore all of that and just look at the models themselves, they're all of an extremely high quality and are fantastic alternatives to vanilla. The second mod we have is Spears by Soolie. This is probably the first usable spears mod for Skyrim, coming with both spears and javelins and their very own unique set of animations. It also does this without replacing any other animations, so they fit in really well. The mod is more difficult to install than your average mod, but once you've got it working then they're a lot of fun to play around with. Both weapons can be crafted at any forge and have been integrated just like the vanilla weapon types, so you can find spears and javelins made of all materials. They work in both first and third person and even NPCs can use them too. The mod certainly isn't without its issues, but for what it offers it might be worth it for some people. And that's it for our top mods of 2015. We couldn't include all of the mods that we liked from last year, so any that we didn't include will also be mentioned in the description below. Also be sure to share any of your favourites down below, and as always support mod authors in any way possible. Just before we wrap up, we'd like to thank WeMesh for sponsoring this video. WeMesh is a fantastic app that lets you share and watch videos like this one with friends anywhere in the world at the exact same time. You just invite them and any others to a room and then it just syncs it for you. You can even chat via voice or text while watching too, and to get it today you can find a link down below. And as always, be sure to leave endorsements on any mod you enjoy, and thanks for watching.